Hey guys, back here. I haven't made a video in a little while. It's been a week or over a week. Doesn't mean to say nothing's been happening. It's quite the opposite. Everything's vamping up in the world, as you know. You guys out there who are watching what's going on, the prophetic signs, they're all around us. They're everywhere. Just like these flowers are starting to bud and sprout open. That's what's happening in our world right now, guys. But I wanted to talk to you today about the censorship that we're undergoing. The shutting of our mouths, the shutting of our minds, the shutting of knowledge to those who are still in the darkness. And this is really bad, guys. It's come to the point that they're censoring it so heavily, you have to ask yourself why. Now, any thinking person would know that if they're going to censor things, they're only going to censor things that they do not want people to know. So that would be truth, wouldn't it? So they're censoring the truth. What are they censoring most? They're censoring flat earth. They're censoring anything conspiratorial like the chemtrails. Even though they've come out and blatantly admitted they're geoengineering our skies to block out the sun, they're still censoring the little guys that are out there filming these crafts and exposing it for what it really is. They're not spraying good chemicals on us, guys. So now we've come to the point of they're censoring the word Christian. Well, there you go. And they have stopped Google Live Hangouts in the US, I believe, as from yesterday. Because they couldn't censor the live hangouts. Dogs, this way. They couldn't censor what people were saying on the live chats. Our algorithms, people are learning how to get around the algorithms by saying certain words like blind 11, handy sook and things like that to hide the true words that they're saying. But it won't be long until the algorithms pick up all the tricks as well. So I don't feel that we have a very long life on this platform anymore, and we need to get out to as many people as we can, as fast as we can. I have been doing this now for about 8 months or so, and my sub count keeps going up and down. Even my view count on some of my videos that I've done that have had quite, a couple of thousand views, they've been tampered with. Because if people can click on something and see it hasn't had many views, they won't tend to watch it because they'll think, oh, well, it wasn't very good, not many people have watched it. Well, it's quite the opposite, guys. I think you need to looking at the channels, the smaller channels that don't have many views, and all the really, really big channels. You do have some exceptions to that, but they're still tampering with their numbers too, the bigger channels who are getting the truth out. I can't stress to you enough the time we're in. Look, we all know this could go on another 10 years. It's just that as far as biblically speaking, it's lining up so fast that another 10 years seems impossible. And even the way that now we have Neuralink, transhumanism in leaps and bounds, it's not far away before something snaps. The camel can only take so much weight before it buckles and falls. So if you're new to this channel, I want you to know one thing. I am a rebel. I don't like authority. I don't like being told what to do. However, I know one thing's for sure. That the person they called Jesus Christ, but who in the Hebrew was called Yahushua, HaMashiach. HaMashiach simply means Messiah. Yahushua or Yeshua. He came to die for your sins. His blood was shed so that you could be forgiven. But you can only be forgiven if you accept it. You can only be forgiven if you say, I can't do this on my own. I need you. I need you in my life. And please forgive me of everything I've done. If you don't ask, you won't receive. It is the only escape for what is coming upon the world. There are only going to be two types of people in this world. Those who will be saved by the hand of the Lord himself, and those who are not. There will be those who are left behind who will get saved in amongst a great war, a great battle that will happen on earth. But they will die for their faith, because the Antichrist beast system will come after them as soon as they proclaim the name of the Lord, of Yeshua. So that's what my channel is all about. It is raising awareness. And like I said, if I can, I'm a rebel. If I can be saved, anybody can. I don't like authority, but I know I can't save myself. But I love God's authority, and I don't like to use the word God, but I'm doing that for the new subs at the moment. I refer to him as Yahweh, or my Father, the Most High, or the Ancient of Days, the Creator. That is who he is. He created this world with a plan, and that plan was for beauty and peace, family, fun and happiness, joy, peace. All we have is the opposite, because there was something that happened in the beginning. We don't know why it happened, guys, and it's not up to us to question the Father as into why he allowed it to happen. But what he did allow was he allowed us free choice, a free will to decide which side we were going to go with. We're not perfect. We're all going to sin, but we can try to, that's what repenting is. When you say you're sorry, you turn from that and you move on, and you try to do better. You just keep trying to do better. If your number one goal is to try and please the Father, that's all he wants. And there's a lot we read in the Bible that I believe has been tainted and twisted by evil men over the centuries. I have a 105-year-old Bible that I've acquired, and I've found that the changes in that are real. I remember Bibles that I had in my possession, which I still have, and they used to read, "And the lion laid down with the lamb." And I've read that with my own eyes. Now those Bibles say, "And the wolf lied down with the lamb." Even the 104 or 5-year-old, whatever it is, Bible I have, has changed. I don't know about the Mandela effect, guys. I don't even want to go into that subject. But something has definitely changed. There are also other scriptures. There was never a couch. The word couch only came about in the 1920s as an English word. Well, the word couch is now in this old 100 and something year old Bible that was before the word couch was made. Also, there is a scripture that you cannot put new wine into old wineskins, as that will burst the old wineskins. Well, now, even the old Bible, as I'm telling you, it says bottles. You cannot put new wine into old bottles. That doesn't even make sense, guys. It doesn't make sense. And these Bibles that I had in my possession, my old Bibles, they've changed. I know what they said. They've been in my house all these years. Nobody could have literally tampered with them. I don't know how that's happened, but it has, and it's supernatural. And the thing is that there is a scripture where it says that the enemy would find due cause to change the times and the dates. By saying that, I think that means a lot. He's changed times. as in what's happened in that time. He has changed things. Now, they mightn't seem like big changes, but there's a lot we're not aware of what's been changed. So I'm not saying don't read your Bible. I'm not doing that at all. But there was some sort of pact made when the fall happened. I know this. There was some sort of pact made that Lucifer had to declare so much to the people. He had to show his plans. He had to tell us what's happening before he could trick us. Because those with eyes to see and that pray will be told by the Father what the truth is. And those who do not care to know and don't want to ask and just go along with the ride and think that they're being told the truth no matter what, and our government wouldn't lie to us. No, why would they do that? Well, those people are the ones that are going to be taken and that will never know the truth. Many things have changed, and the enemy has to tell us his plans. Now, if you look at every single Disney, the start of Disney, it's the castle, and there's always that shooting star that goes over in an arch. It's been doing it since time immemorial on Disney. They're showing you the dome. Now, you can laugh at me, but they're showing you the firmament, because Disney is an occult organisation and you need to do some research. They had 200 Nazi scientists, and it was called Operation Paperclip. And they took those scientists after the war from Nazi Germany, brought them over here, and a lot of them worked at NASA, and a lot of them went out into other industries. The head rocket scientist at NASA was also Walt Disney's best mate, which was Werner von Braun. Do a little bit of research into Werner von Braun. When that man died, there is only one thing it says on his headstone. It says Werner von Braun, Psalms 19 verse 1, which says, "The heavens show the glory of the Lord through his firmament." Don't quote me on that, but it's the glory of the firmament. Now, the guy might have recanted in his last moments, because if he was into the spiritual occult and the dark side, he would have known what was coming. And if he knew he was dying, he very well might have had a chance to be forgiven if he so asked. Then you have all these movies with the dome. I'm doing this because our time is short and I need to get this out. I do not like the words flat earth, because we have a whole sub-flat earth community which has been put there as a disinformation unit. They have been put there to make the true biblical account of the enclosed system we live in, to make it look like a joke. There's Mark Sargent and Patricia Steer are your top two that were just they're agents for the bad side to make it look ridiculous. They agree with it, but they're ridiculous, and they make us look stupid. Flat earth is a very, very broad statement. As the biblical account and in Enoch, which should have been canonized, but of course wouldn't be by the Catholic Church because it is the truth. The book of Enoch tells us we live under a firmament. There are waters above us and waters below us. Disney knows this. All the movie makers know this. The media knows this. And as I was saying about this deal that was made between Lucifer and the Father, that he must disclose his plans and also disclose where we live. Well, guess what? It's been disclosed. And we didn't see it for the longest time. We did not. I knew when I was a little girl something was wrong. People would say, you're living on a spinning ball, you're spinning, this is how fast we're going. And I know my mind just would not, it's not that I wasn't intelligent, I think it was the opposite. I think the Lord gave me his intelligence and my mind would not accept it. My mind never accepted evolution as a child. Mind you, I never believed in the Father either though. I just didn't know, I wasn't told. So if a child can tell the truth from a lie, us adults have just been blinded and dumbed down by the worries of the world, having to raise families, having to go to work, having to literally live, put food on the table, pay bills, make ends meet. This is all designed to keep you busy and occupied and not to look into the truth. And if something happens in your life that you're actually put down on your butt and you've got nothing else to do, you start looking into these things. And that's exactly what happened to me. I'm just a girl from Australia. I'm nobody. But the Father also says that he will expose these things to the little ones to confound the wise. So the wise who think they're wise from their science books and stuff, they won't open their eyes and see it. But he tells his little ones, the ones who are willing to listen, guys. It's time we all opened our eyes and really saw all this deception, because we're running out of time on this platform to tell you all. I don't know how long YouTube is going to let us go, but like I said, if my numbers are being doctored and I'm just a very small channel, then they're out to get us. Just back to Walt Disney and that, the Lion King that's just came out, there is a shot with, is it Simba? I know it used to be Simba, but I thought he died. Well, the main lion, and he's made out of clouds and he's sitting over the earth and it's all flat. The earth is all flat in the background. They're showing you in your face. They show you in movies over and over. The Dome, the Truman Show. They want you to think it's so ridiculous and out there that, you know, especially when the Truman Show come out, if anybody would have said, oh, do you know that's real, that we have a firmament over us? Everybody back then, they would have been ridiculed so bad. They wouldn't have had any friends. Everybody would have thought they need to go to the loony bin. Now we know what we know. We know what's been hidden from us. And there's over 260 scriptures that support that we live on a flat, stationary, immovable plane. Now what I can't get my head around is, if people can believe that we live on a spinning ball, zooming with all these incredible speeds through space, that is so much more harder to believe than the enclosed system. Well, that's what I don't get. How come they can't get their head around the enclosed system? It makes so much more sense. Look at it as a terranium, if you will. A massive big terranium we live in. And that's why the weather is tepid, and that's why we don't get smashed by asteroids. The asteroid hoax is a different thing altogether. I don't want to even go into that at the moment, but the Father has sent rocks down from heaven, yes. They're his asteroids, they're not from space. But that's another story altogether. You can look that up. Now, Disney and NASA are occult organisations. The reason that, you know, we've got the 50 years of the Apollo mission, Apollo being Apollyon, which is another word for Satan, Lucifer, Apollo 11, which is also their numbers, the big occult numbers, 11, the two pillars of, you know, like Blind 11, the two towers, they run on a twin system, guys. They run on a twin system. Everything is as above, so below. Everything is black and white. Everything has an equal and opposite reaction, which is true in the real world, but they take it to a Luciferian, nefarious agenda. That's how they use it. That is the also part of the androgyny society that we're starting to come into, the transgender community, because they are trying to literally blend man and woman together. Because the Baphomet, who the Luciferians worship, is male and female. It has breasts and it has a penis. And it also has these two little children looking up to it, a boy and a girl. It is a twin system, and they're trying to mix everything to make it one. It was never meant to be that way. Excuse me. So, NASA was founded on the occult, and the same principles identical to Warner von Braun. Walt Disney, Jack Parsons, was a very mighty black magician. I hate to use the word mighty, but he was, and he was the big rocket scientist at JPL Laboratories, Jack Parsons Laboratories. All goes back to Aleister Crowley. They worshipped Aleister Crowley. Please do a little bit of research on Aleister Crowley, and this will lead you into all truth about Disney and NASA. Now, Aleister Crowley's motto was "Do what thou wilt," which is the whole of the law, which means you do what you want. Don't let anyone tell you what to do. Guys, we need laws. We need laws because we are human and we are fallen. We need them. Without them, none of us would probably be alive, because we'd all be killing each other and raping and pillaging, and it doesn't make sense. So do what thou wilt was his philosophy. All the musicians have taken that on. All the governments of the world have taken that on. Everybody who is in the Luciferian system, the beast system, has taken on that exact sentence, okay? Do what thou wilt, be the whole of the law. So, if you want to know if space is real, look at who's telling you it's real. People that are occultists. People who do black magic. They cast spells on you by their movies. They cast spells on you by watching these so-called rockets go up. And I watched the last SpaceX like a week or so ago. And, you know, yeah, there was a camera on it and it was a rocket. Yes, that part wasn't fake. But I loved how it turned and then its trajectory was just going straight. And of course they say, oh, it has to fly straight to get out of the orbit. No, guys, that rocket cannot penetrate through the firmament, which is harder than the hardest steel that was manufactured by the Father's hands himself. It says he beat out the firmament with his hands. If we can believe in all these amazing, outlandish theories of things flying through space and nothing came from nothing, you know, they say nothing came from nothing. How does that work? You've got nothing and then everything came from nothing? Like, honestly, you really have to sit down and think about these things, because that to me is the diary of a madman. You cannot have nothing from nothing. It doesn't work. There was a creator who made all this, and he made it for you. And the whole story behind NASA and Disney and all of the occult organizations, the Freemasons, the Illuminati, all of them, their one objective is to keep you from knowing your creator, so that you will go to the pit with them. It is like Bon Scott and AC/DC saying, I'm on the highway to hell. I'm going to party with all my friends, you know. They think they're going to party. They're not. It's ridiculous, but they are going to be there with all their friends, yes, in agony. And I do believe in hell. I do, because the wickedness that goes on, the child sacrifice, the bloodletting, the sacrifices to get power. These people in Disney and NASA only have power because they perform rituals, blood sacrifices, they kill babies, they do all sorts of wicked, wicked things to gain power from the dark side. And it's true, they do get the supernatural power. Now you can say, oh, well, I don't want to worship a creator that lets that happen. We are not to question him why that's happening. I think it's happening because he's just so patient and giving everybody a choice. And they just push it and push it and push it until he's got to interject. Our life is like a puff of smoke. It is so fast. And I know, I'm in my 50s now, and I know how fast life has gone. Now, even if I would have been in a prison my whole life, it might have seemed like it went quicker, but it's still a very short time. So no matter what happens to us as humans, it is a very, very short time compared to eternity. Now, these black magicians behind NASA and Disney and those companies, they understand eternity. They understand we're energy and we cannot be destroyed. They know it. They're not going to tell you that because they want to keep your eyes as far away as possible from your Creator, so you cannot find the truth. They think the more people they can get away, the better off they're going to be with their big boss. They don't even believe that their boss is the master of lies and will deceive them. They don't believe that. They think he will look after them. They think they're going to have everlasting life. Oh, woe to them. Honestly, woe to them. And Christianity has been given such a horrible name by the Catholic Church. To follow the Lord is nothing like we've been told. It is a personal relationship in your heart with him. Talking to him like you would your very, very best, dearest friend, or if you were lucky enough to have a good father or a father at all, talking to your father who you trust, your earthly one. It's exactly the same as that, but being brutally honest, because you can't hide anything from him. And at the end of the day, guys, these people that are doing all this, these wicked occultists, they can't hide it. They're not hiding it. They think they are. And they're not. And that's why in the Bible it says in the end days that they will run into the underground caves to hide from the face of him who sits upon the face of the earth. They will hide from him. They will plead for the rocks to fall on them. It says once they realise this, that they've been duped. Don't you realise that they themselves are tricked as well? Don't be tricked anymore. Yeshua, Jesus Christ, Yeshua is the only way out of this, if you want to call it, matrix. The sky is blue because there is waters above us and there is waters below us. The stars you see in the sky at night, twinkle, twinkle, little star, they're not rocks in space, they are twinkle, twinkle, little star. The book of Enoch tells us, and the Bible, that they are angels. The book of Revelation tells us that. They're angels that have been put in the firmament until the time of judgment. So some are good angels and some are wicked angels that are imprisoned. And I believe the big ones you see, and there's enough evidence in the book of Enoch and things in the Bible account to say that those ones like Saturn, that you can see the ring around through a telescope, you can see it, but it's not a rock. And Jupiter, they are the ones that really transgress the word of the Father. They are imprisoned. Our 9 planets are imprisoned. Planets, I said, because that's the way you guys might still think of it. But they're not. They're stars. You need to take the blinkers off and start looking around you. Look with your own eyes, do your own study. Look at the stars at night. Buy a telescope. They are not planets. You've been lied to by a nefarious occult that has gone back since the beginning of time. Now here's the other thing I wanted to explain to you quickly. The Tower of Babel. That's when the Father come down and said, I will destroy them, and confuse the ones that are left, confuse their language. Which he did. He confused everybody's language. And then it says, as in the days of Noah, so it shall be when Jesus, Yeshua, returns onto the earth. Well, we have the technology to translate now. Like, you can walk up to somebody on the street with your phone, and if you don't know their language, you can talk into it in your language and it will translate it to their language, and they can give you an answer if you're in a foreign country and you can't speak the language. So we are back to the Tower of Babel. But not only that, most importantly, all the space exploration. They couldn't build the tower to the sky. They tried. So what are they doing now? They're trying to get out of the sky. They know they can't get out, but they're not going to stop trying. They're not going to stop trying. Hillary Clinton said it superbly in one of her speeches. I think it was from 2011. She said, we mightn't have broken the glass ceiling, but by God, we've put 19 million holes in it. And I thought it was very weird that she referred to 19 million holes. I did wonder if that had something to do with this year being 19. And I found that quote out in 2017. So, come here. Come on. This way. This way. This way. So all they're doing, they've done the Tower of Babel, but they've stepped up their technology. Now they're doing it with rockets. They're not going to Mars. There's no car out there in space. It sounds ludicrous. But there is no space. It is water. 260 scriptures to support where we live. And they have been hidden. And there are pastors who will still deny this. Woe to those pastors. The scriptures talk about the deception in the end times being so great as to even deceive the elect. Think about that. Who are the elect? The elect, what it's referring to, are those who believe in the Creator and His Son. However, it is warning that even the elect can be deceived by this. And I know many Christians, I live with one who is still deceived that we live on a spinning ball. This, I believe, is the great deception, because they will bring in the aliens with this. The aliens spoken about in the Bible, which it never says the word alien, it says terrestrial beings, but if you look up what the word terrestrial means, it's a biological being, are demons. They are demons. They were fallen demons that came down in the beginning of Genesis, mated with humans. We have a hybrid race here as well as us humans who are real, the seed of Adam. I know I am. I know I am not mixed with a fallen angel. I know that for sure. But there are people walking amongst us, and that would account for some of this film you see where people's eyes go into slits and things like that, and they call them reptilians. Call them what you want. But they've been bred with a demon. It's a whole cooking pot, guys. There is so much in it, but the first step is to hit your knees and say, Father, show me the truth. Father, I'm sick of this the way it is. I don't want to be lost. Please show me the truth, Father. I believe your Son died for me, shed his blood as a once and only sacrifice for me. Please show me the truth. Show me and guide me into all truth. And he will. He will, because he opened my eyes when I asked him. Before I asked him, he didn't, because I didn't ask him. Jazzy, come here. Here, Jazzy, don't be naughty today. Sorry, guys. She's still just so young. She just wants to play. So the deception can't go on any longer, and if this is the first time you've watched this video, maybe you should go back and watch some of my other videos, and you'll see how even I've grown in this journey over the last 8-9 months, whatever it's been. He gives you information all the time, each and every day, and I'm not talking about taking some guy's word for it on YouTube. No, it doesn't work like that. This goes very much deeper. It goes to your soul, it goes to your spirit, and he lets you know that the truth is the truth, that you're not just thinking, oh, maybe that's right. No, you will know. And then, as the scripture says, the truth will set you free. It does. Because I know we're not going to get hit by an asteroid. I'm not scared of that. I'm not scared of aliens landing. That's what I was getting at, because the alien agenda is coming. That's why they're using all the space stuffs. They're pushing the space issue on everybody so hard at the moment, because they are going to reveal, they're going to say, yes, there are aliens. They are. And that could very well be their doorway to bringing in their false messiah. There will be one who comes, guys, and he's going to promise to fix everything. And he's going to be beautiful, a beautiful looking man. He's going to be charismatic. He's going to be shining with loveliness. He's going to be the most popular man on the earth. And he will be the devil himself. The devil appears as an angel of light. It will not be the Lord from heaven. It is sent to deceive you. Now, people cannot say they haven't been warned, because we have had watchmen and watchwomen out here warning for eons. It started with the prophets in the scriptures, and it is finishing through technology, through people like myself who are telling you guys. So nobody will be without an excuse. It's as simple as that. He will say, you did know, you did hear, or I told you, you didn't even want to look into it. You were too busy in your mundane, silly little lives to even look into the truth of where you live, who made you, and of them. All they want to do is bust out of here, because they know they're trapped. They know they're trapped. All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to keep it at that, but I thought I better... I haven't done a video in a week, and I just wanted the Lord to guide me. I don't get on here unless I'm truly guided to say something that really needs to be said. And just knowing the censorship we're going through, yeah, we're on, we're in the red zone, high alert. We're not going to last long. So you will only have the word of mouth. And when you do, people are going to turn you away. You start talking about Jesus Christ, Yeshua, they will turn you away, because it will become that you cannot talk about it. You will not be allowed to mention his name. Why? Why are they hiding that? Ask yourself. They only hide things for an agenda. And the agenda is because it is the truth. Hide flat earth. Why? It's the truth. Okay? Hide the conspiracy behind Blind 11, what they call conspiracy. They brought those towers down. Everybody knows it now. It's no secret. That doesn't even affect us anymore. It does because of the agenda of it all, but I mean, that's gone. We have to worry about what's happening now. We have to worry about what they're going to do next. And I tell you what, their plans, their next moves are big ones. They are world-changing plans. You need to be ready, guys. Ephesians 6, put on the whole armour of the Father, so that you may stand against the wiles of the enemy. Put on the whole armour, that you may stand in that